Welcome to have you. So we've been working through our chakra series, and I thought what we might do today is we might do a full body chakra flow. I'm just looking at where I am. I might just move my chair back a bit so we can see my feet. There we are. So that's fine. So we're going to start at our root and work all the way up to our crown. So we'll start as usual with our focus on our breath and a little bit of centering. So find your comfortable position in your chair, pressing down, feeling the connection with the earth beneath the feet. And move yourself into your chair for now, somewhere where you can feel a little supported by the back of the chair. You might like to close the eyes or gaze softly down. I'll take a couple of breaths, just noticing how we feel. Noticing sort of how our breath is flowing, how our body feels. Sometimes we feel a little bit sort of sluggish, a little bit heavy. Sometimes we feel a little bit lightheaded, a little bit airy-fairy. So we can use the breath to bring ourselves back to a more centered state. So as you breathe, move the energy around the body, allow the breath to maybe create a little more grounding or create a little more lift in the body. Take a couple more rounds of breath. Lengthening, softening, maybe deepening the breath. A nice, long, slow inhale. And a gentle, long, slow exhale. Let's take two more like this. Inhaling. And exhaling. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And gently flutter the eyes open. We're going to take a bit of a releasing breath. So with our next inhale, we're going to take a big breath in through the nose again and just draw the shoulders up towards the ears. And if you want to, you can even scrunch up your face, like screw up your face. So taking a big breath in, screwing up the face, and then we're going to sigh, release the breath out the mouth, let it go. So do that twice more. So inhaling a big breath in, and you can sort of tense everything up. So screwing up the face, clenching the jaw maybe, scrunching the eyes shut, and then let everything go. Gets rid of all that stale air. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. And release. Beautiful. Well, as I said, we're going to start working up through the body. So our first movements, we're going to start with our feet. So we're going to extend, just checking if I've got, I might even do a side view. So we're just going to extend the legs out. Just checking where I am. Okay, here we go. Extend the legs out. So we can do a little scrunch up of the toes. And maybe I'll be here. I'm just trying to give you the best view. That looks better. I'm still at the edge of the screen. But anyway, scrunch up your toes, you're making a fist with your toes, and then feel like you're trying to spread the toes like you would make piano hands. So scrunching, screwing the toes up, You might have shoes on, and you can visualize if you do. Just picture your toes really sort of scrunching in and then spreading out. Perfect. We're going to do one more of those. Scrunch and spread. Perfect. Okie dokie. And then we'll just start with a few ankle circles. So I can probably be back here. Circling. So we're just going to circle the ankles away. So we're going to move. There we are, look. You can all see what I'm doing. Circling the feet out and away. If it's not comfortable for you to be here, you could be a little bit further back on your chair and you could have the legs lifted. We're going to do our alphabet feet in a moment, which we haven't done for a while, so maybe having too many lifted feet might wear the legs out a little. So we've worked in both directions. Now we're going to rest the left foot down. We haven't done this for a while. We're going to extend the right foot. And we're going to draw the letters of the alphabet with our toes. Cursive handwriting, please. No, just do what you like. But I have to concentrate to remember what letter comes after which one. F, G. You might be a lot faster than me. J. L, N, N, O, P, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Might have to have a rest of that leg before I start on the other side, so you can do a little sort of wriggle of the feet, a little shake out. You're welcome to do half the alphabet. That's too much. Okay, or you could just write your own name. Okay, so we're going to start with the other side. C, D. To be fair, you could just make any old movement you like. No one would know, and I can't even see your feet, so you could be doing anything you like. To remember where I'm up to. L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. Now you know that I know my alphabet, Y, and Z. Phew. Little shake out again. Maybe a pat of the legs. That's it, I've done enough now, I have to have a rest. Okie dokie. Now I thought after that we'd do a little bit of sort of invigoration of the legs. So we've done our pat. And then we're going to do this nice sort of lift. So we're going to lift, take hold of the leg, lift it up, and then just let it drop back down. Now, if you don't do this, if it causes any discomfort, but I quite like that sort of sensation. It's quite stimulating into the leg. So you let it and then let it go. There we are. We'll do maybe 2 more of these. 1 more. Hopefully you're not disturbing anyone else in your home. It can be quite loud, the legs can be quite heavy. We do 3. I think we did 4 on the other side, so we better do the same. And then you can just start to lift the legs like you're doing a little bit of marching. So not as heavy. You could do heavy marching if you want to. And then if you want to, you can do a little bit of like a leg tantrum. So a little stimulation of so this is great for our parasympathetic nervous system and the fascia in our legs. So little jiggle and wriggle. And then a pause. Take a moment. Maybe we'll take a nice long slow breath in and a long slow breath out. So gentle inhale and a gentle exhale. And because we're probably sitting quite far forward on our chair, I'm just going to do a little walk backwards, walking back to the back of the chair and then walking forward. I can see you all doing this because it means your body's moving. There we are. So a couple forward and back. Fantastic. And then come to somewhere where you sort of feel comfortable. You've got a little bit of space in your chair. You don't have to be perched right on the edge, but maybe about the centre. Just going to do a little bit of opening into our hips. So we'll start with our open the gate, sliding the leg open, sliding the leg closed. If that feels enough for you, carry on. We'll do 2 more on this side of that. Or if you want to, you can lift the leg up, take it out to the side, place it down. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to do 1 more of these on this side. We might do 2 more because I might have done my demo one and you might miss out. So we want to do about 3. Lift, lower. Remember that sliding one might be the comfortable one for you. Listen to your body. You're the expert in your own body. Taking that to the other side. So maybe you start to see how it feels with the slide open, sliding closed. It's like opening the gate, isn't it? And then lift and lower. So this is your inhale, your exhale, lowering down. Lift and close. 1 more of these. Open, releasing down, and then lifting up, lowering. Perfect. Lovely. You could do just a little one of both where you slide the legs open, slide the legs back closed. Maybe we'll do 1 more, see how that feels in our body. Beautiful. Closing it up. Fantastic. Now we're going to move into, so we've come up the legs. You can feel your legs are feeling a little bit more invigorated, I hope. Woken up the legs. We'll start to move into our pelvis now, so sort of hip region. So what we're going to start with is just a really small movement into the pelvis. So I'll turn sideways to give a better indication. So it looks like this. We're going to start. Inhale is going to be that anterior tilt. So you're going to pretend you've like got a duck tail. So you're sticking out your little duck tail. And then you're going to tuck that under, tilt in. So I'm hoping that you can sort of see that I'm moving. So, and I'll show you what it looks like standing up just as a little. So if we were standing, it would be going like this. So this is our duck, sticking our tail out, and then we're tilting in. So it's just a very gentle movement, but it's a nice subtle movement just into that sort of pelvic region. So let's do a few more of those. Hands can be wherever you want them to be. You could bring them onto the hips, you could bring them onto the thighs or even the knees. We're just isolating that little sort of part, that area in our pelvis. And we don't need to move too fast. We can just slowly inhale, exhale. You can see why I had to go side on, because you can't tell what's happening much from the front. So we'll do a couple more. And then we'll start to travel it up the whole sort of torso. So we've done our little tilt here. Now we're going to start to expand a little bit higher. So we're still moving that pelvis, and we're going to expand. So we're allowed to this one here, we're allowed to stick our belly out. Let's open. So opening there, and we've got our little duck tail out. And then we're going to draw navel to spine and tuck tummy. Tailbone goes, the belly button goes back towards the spine. So you'll open and round. So there we are. And then we're going to add in our chest. So those bits are moving, and we're going to now start to broaden. So belly out, chest out, duck tail out, and then navel to spine. Chest, we're going to broaden through the back. So it looks like this. This is our seated cat-cow. And then we can start to look up. So when you come into that open, that cow-like position here, gaze up, and tuck the chin. Draw everything in. So this is our inhale as we open, and this is our exhale as we round. Let's do about 3 or 4 more. Open, round. It's really nice for the spine, moving slowly, don't overdo it. It's one of those movements that's sort of really subtle, but I feel like it gives you quite a lot of sort of movement without too much effort. Open and round. Now let's see how it feels if we start to do a little circling. So we're staying where we are, but we're bringing, so we come forward in our cow, and then we roll back. So this is our rounded. Come forward. You might even like to hold onto your chair or knees. You can move somewhere a bit more comfortable in your chair, but just see how that feels. So this is like almost a barrel roll movement, seated barrel roll. So we've still got our legs fairly close together as we circle. Now you might like to make this a little bit more expansive. So you might like to start to walk the feet a little bit wider. So you can stop and do that if you want, so that you're nice and stable in your chair. So you can be this wide, you could be a little bit wider. I like to be quite resting on the edge of my chair because it gives me a lot more space. And then you can really bring that sort of heart forward. You can round, creating a lot of mobility in that upper body, in that torso area. This is working into the whole length of the spine. Because it's lovely and rhythmical, isn't it? Very good for our parasympathetic nervous system. Now we'll do 2 more circles in the direction we're going, and then we'll reverse it so we don't get sort of wound up or unwound. So when you come to one side, take it back in the other direction. So reverse that. Circling round, and do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. And then coming back to our upright seat. Keep the knees where they are. And just find a little bit of side stretching through the body. So we're going to bring our left forearm to just rest on our left thigh, somewhere where it's comfortable. It could even have your palm down if that feels more comfortable for you, but somewhere where you can sort of lift out of that right hip. You're leaning over towards that side. Now you might find that this is enough, just finding that little bit of extension. You might like to bring the hand up to your shoulder, so you can lift a little further through that side of the body. The arm might come into a cactus-like shape. I'm giving you a few options here depending on sort of what is comfortable in your side body. Or you could even bring the arm up and overhead. So I might keep my arm on my shoulder. And your gaze could be down, you might gaze out, or you could even gaze up. Don't forget to breathe, so send the breath into that long line of energy in that side of the body. Take one more round of breath here. Just feeling that space being created in the side of the body. And when you're ready, we're going to lift up out of that. We'll take it to the other side. Now remember that this time I'm going to keep my hand just there on my hip bone, because I'm still creating enough space with that lift without bringing the arm up and over. So you know what feels comfortable in your body. If you want to make a bit more room, you can lift the arm up, you can bring the arm to one of those other points. You can just stay here and focus on just really grounding down through that left sit bone and lifting up and away from that hip. One more round of breath. Beautiful. And slowly lifting back up. Here we are. I'm going to do one more movement here. So this is going to be a sort of a broadening through the back and an opening through the front. So it's a little bit like a nice movement for our heart chakra, anahata. So we'll bring one hand, we'll come back to starting on the left side. We'll bring that arm to where we had it before. And this time we're going to make a soft fist with our right hand, and we're going to lean sort of over. So just bring that right hand just in forward of that other arm. So you can feel a broadening, and you can even tuck the chin down. So you can feel your back's expanding, creating space. As you inhale, we're going to lift that right arm up overhead as we open our fingers. So open the thumb, the first finger, the middle finger, ring finger, little finger. And you're making a rainbow with the arm, and it's floating down behind. We're going to bring that back to where it started. So slowly closing the fingers now. So little finger, ring finger, large finger, pointer, thumb, and bring that hand in front. Feel that broadening and opening through the back. We'll do one more on this side. So slowly opening, taking your time, gazing back towards that shoulder. This time you could do a little nod the head twice as you look back, and then bringing the hand back overhead and curling forward. And then we'll just float that up and take it to the other side. So that hand's out, this hand is our soft fist. We're sort of broadening, and then we're going to open. Beautiful. There's a little bit going on to remember. So the first time we're just going to gaze back at that hand, and then closing the fingers slowly. And expanding. We'll do that one more time, and you can add the nod if it feels okay for you. Gazing back, nod, nod, closing the hand slowly overhead and dropping it down. Lifting yourself up. Heel toe your feet back together. Here we are. Take our time. Okay, feet hip width distance apart. Beautiful. We're going to bring our hands into heart center. This is our Anjali mudra. And carry on with a couple of movements here into our heart space and into our upper back. So pressing the palms together, we're going to use some resistance. We're going to press the palms towards our right. We're going to turn and gaze towards the left. So we've got resistance, we've got nice gentle lengthening in the side of the neck. Inhale, bring that back to center. We're going to take it to the other side. So pressing the palms quite firmly together as they slide across, turning and gazing away. Bring that back to heart center. Bring the thumbs into the sternum. So you're going to draw your thumbs in towards yourself and then let the shoulders relax, just let them soften down. Rotate the fingertips towards the floor. So gazing down and just rotating around. So we're keeping the hands together and we're just doing a little rotation. Nice. Turn that back up. Okay. Pressing the hands away, so we're going to make a clasp with the fingers. We're going to press out and away. Oh, you're sort of hugging a tree. Lift the hands up, just bring them to gently rest on the backs of the hands on the top of the head. Or you can lift them up if that's comfortable. I'm keeping mine here, so I'm not overextending through my side body. You can have them as high or as low as you like. A little tilt over to one side once again. Another gentle stretch through the side body. Come back to center. Take that to the other side. Come back to center. And let's just do a little wee bit of a back bend. So we're just going to shine our heart forward. And then come back. So lengthen through the spine. Float the hands down. Take hold of either the seat of the chair or the back of the chair. Or you can clasp your hands behind your back. And we're just going to shine our heart forward. So feel that creating space, the shoulder blades are drawing together, counteracting all that technique and that sort of rounding that we often get from sitting at a desk. One more breath. And release, unclasp from the chair, bring the hands back, and we're going to do that one more time. Palms press. See if you can remember which way you press to first and go the other side. So pressing away, gazing in one direction. Back to center. Take it to the other side. Come back to center. Thumbs come into the sternum. Release the shoulders down. Take a moment here, just sort of feeling like you're broadening through the chest and softening the shoulders. And then pointing the fingertips down, gazing down. Fingertips come back up. This time see if you can do the funny clasp, the non-familiar. So moving the fingers along one from your regular clasp, pressing away. On an inhale, we'll bring the hands just to rest on the crown of the head. And this time we're going to do a gentle twist. So we're just going to gently rotate the body towards the right. Make it very small. Come back to center. Other way. Come back to center. Maybe that gentle back bend once more. Lengthen through the spine, release, clasping the seat, the back, somewhere that you can really grow and expand through the heart. Send yourself some love. One more round of breath here. And then gently release. Beautiful. We're going to do some movements into the shoulders. So just make sure you've got enough space so that you can circle your arm behind you. You might even move a little forward. So we're going to start with the right arm. So we're going to inhale to lift the arm up. Now, you don't have to have a really long arm, so you can have a soft elbow. But just lift up to where you feel. There's sort of a place where you sort of, okay, that's my limit. When you get to that place, you're going to rotate the hand and then just circle it round behind you. So we're circling down, around, hand comes by the side. Still more space. And when your hand's resting by the side, you can even turn, sort of rotate, so the back of the hand is sort of against the hip. So you can sort of see how I've rotated that hand around, so your palms facing out. Take it back to where it was. Now the trick is to remember that as you lift up, so we're going back the way we came, as you lift up, your thumb leads, so thumb is lifting back up to overhead. And when you get there, you're going to turn around and the little finger is going to be in front as you lower down. And just feel a little bit of sort of gentle flossing into the arm and the shoulder. So we'll just do one more on this side. Listen to your body. If it's creating any discomfort, then you can just pause and notice the breath. So lift. When you get to the top, you're going to turn and to rotate it behind you. Slowly flowing back. Hand comes by the side. You might do that little rotating around. So turning the palm out, bringing it back, leading with the thumb, circling up and behind, coming to the top, and then little finger lowers down. Beautiful. Try that on the other side. You might notice a difference. We often have quite different sort of ranges of mobility in each side of the body. So this time lifting up and turn the hand and circle round and back. Try that little rotation there. And you bring the hand behind and then circling back. Sometimes it's quite surprising how far away from the body you need to go to sort of have that sort of circle. We're going to do one more lift. Let the breath support you. Floating behind. Maybe that little swivel around. Inhale. Lifting up. And coming back by the side. Beautiful, lovely. And a little shake out of the arms when you're finished. Just releasing any sort of build up, any tension that you might be holding. And we'll bring the elbows into the sides and bring our hands out in front, like we're holding a couple of trays. And we're going to keep the gaze forward. And we're going to reach, so one hand is just going to reach out to the side. And we're going to bring that hand back, and we're going to take that to the other side. And back. Do a couple more individually, and then you can do both. Nice. Creating a little bit more mobility into those arms. One more. Open. Feel like it's a little bit more. And keep the elbows really tucked into the side. See how it feels to do both. Coming back. Inhale. Super. Exhale. Once more. Perfect. Do a little rub, a little massage into the arm. Okay. We'll do one more. Actually, we'll do our wrist one. So we're going to, if it's comfortable, bring the forearms together and a little clasp of the hands. This is a lovely one for the wrists. we're going to make a figure 8 movement with our wrist. So you're moving in that figure 8. If any of you are going to be playing table tennis after this, it's a great warm-up for your table tennis game. Just a man that comes to one of my classes told me once that it's what they often do for table tennis. I haven't tried it out myself. Okay, let's take that in the other direction. This is where the brain sometimes starts to protest and you have to pause. So, okay, so we've moved our figure 8s in both directions. Now we're going to make it even more tricky. We're going to come back to center and we're going to slide the fingers along one. So we've got our non-familiar clasp. Perfect. And then we're going to figure 8. We're going to figure 8 again in both directions. Figure 8. Perfect. One more in this direction and then go the other way. I'll have you all being table tennis champions. Perfect. If you find it a little more tricky not to keep the forearms together, you can have them apart. So have a play with it. Yeah, I tell you that at the end, right? After you've been trying your hardest to keep them together. Sorry. You'll know for next time. Okay, a little shake out. We're just going to flick. So flick your fingers. So send everyone love. So flick the first finger, second finger. There we are. Sending beautiful love to all our fellow yogis, chair yogis. A few flicks. Here we are. Lots of love from me to you. Awesome. Thank you. Let's do a few movements into our neck and shoulders before we have our little quiet relaxation. So we're going to just sit somewhere where you've got a wee bit of space but you're comfortable. And let's start with a roll into the shoulders. So roll the shoulders forward and down the back. Twice more in this direction. Forward, down, once more forward, up and down the back. And then take it in the other direction. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Try doing one at a time. I quite like this. It makes a little bit more sort of space going both ways. Especially if you're holding a bit of tension in that upper back area, trying to see how it feels to move one shoulder at a time, and then we'll do the other one. Other way. You do both. It's like swimming. No arm swimming. And then no arm backstroke. Perfect. Hopefully your shoulders are feeling a little bit loose. Let's work on our neck now. So let's start with a slow nod. So tuck the chin down towards the throat. And then lift the chin a little. So slight gaze up. We only want to feel a gentle stretch in the front of the throat. Chin down, stretching the back of the neck. Chin up. And then this time when you drop the chin down, just let the right ear slowly drop over towards the right shoulder. Your gaze can be wherever you'd like it to be. And if you want a little bit more space created in the side of the neck, you can drop that left hand down. So the opposite hand to the ear that's reaching down towards the shoulder. And try and see how it feels to just move the gaze a little. So you might just gaze slightly down, gaze out, Even gazing up, find that sweet spot, somewhere where you feel that really delicious lengthening on the neck. And then bring the gaze back, forward. Hand comes back to your lap if you've moved it. Chin drops forward and taking it to the other side, so left ear to left shoulder, and maybe creating more space. It's just that weight of that hand dangling down. Maybe the slight movement of the head. Find the place that just feels perfect for you. And gaze forward, bringing the hand back, and then bringing the chin down. And gazing forward. You might just do a little wriggle into the shoulders. There, just releasing anything that you might have sort of brought. Sometimes with the neck, you can sort of bring a little bit more tension back up, so just relax. And then come back to your comfortable place in your chair, the place where we started. Feel your feet connecting, grounding down into the earth once more. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Feel a chair supporting the whole spine. Feel the body softening and relaxing. Relax and soften the toes. Sole of the foot, top of the foot. Whole foot, comfortable, relaxed, at ease. Relax the lower leg, the calf, the shin, the ankle. Let everything soften. Soften into the thighs, the knees, the hamstrings relax. Feel the weight of the glutes and the sit bones pressing down into the chair. Feel stable and connected. The pelvis grows heavier and heavier. Belly gently rises and falls with the breath. Expansion of your creative center. Spine lengthens, softens. Shoulders relax down away from the ears. Feel the heart space expand and open. Send yourself some love. Feel that loving energy radiating out from the heart to the whole body. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Let the throat open. This is your place to speak and be heard. To speak your truth. To express yourself with confidence and clarity. Let the face relax, soften the brow, the all-seeing eye, seeking your truth. Whole face, whole body, comfortable, relaxed, at ease, feeling a sensation of harmony and tranquility washing over you, feeling calm, centered, serene, connected. Taking a couple more breaths, sending love, sending energy to any areas of the body that need it. You feel stuck tension, you're holding. Send the breath to soften and relax. Send yourself love. Bringing awareness back to the breath. Bringing awareness back to the physical body. Feel that connection beneath the feet of the chair. Gently now bring a little movement into the body, a little wriggle of fingers, a wiggle of toes. You're ready, bring the palms to touch, rub them, create some warmth. Place the warmed hands over the eyes, slowly opening and closing the eyes behind the hand. Rub the hands together again. Place them over the eyes once more. Blink, blink, blink. Take your hands and wrap them around your shoulders. Give yourself a great big hug. Send yourself some more loving energy. Unwrap the arms, wrap them in the other direction. One more hug. Feel a sense of being rejuvenated and refreshed. Gently releasing the hug. Bring your palms to touch back at our Anjali Mudra at Heart Center. We'll finish with one Om. Taking a breath in. The love and light in me sees and acknowledges the love and light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.